shOUT is the LGBT youth group in Galway for young people in Galway City and Galway County. It was set up on a voluntary basis within Youth Work Ireland in 2007 with some support from the youth leaders and other people involved in the project, and it's gradually become much more established within the Belong To national network under Youth Work Ireland and in partnership with the GAF. The shOUT group meets every Saturday afternoon for a real range of activities, whatever the young people want to do themselves. So next week we've got horse riding, the week after we're doing samba drumming in Dublin Pride, depending on what the young people in the group want to do. We also offer one-to-one support, whether that's face-to-face or email, telephone, conversation support, and we offer information and guidance to teachers, health professionals, parents and friends of LGBT young people, a range of people. We run a regular poster campaign, so hopefully people will have seen our posters up around the city and the county within the schools environment, community environments. We've also got a website, www.lgbtyouthgalway.com, and we would try and publicise within Youth Work Ireland, within Belong To, LGBT community forums, youth work forums, and try and get the word out there. We've done some radio work and would like to do some more of that as well, so more young people know that we're here.
At the time I was working as the equality officer in UIG, and I got an email wondering if I was interested in getting involved from then the youth worker Maria from Youth Work Ireland in the West Side. And from then we just had a meeting. She just wanted a meeting just to kind of see what avenues she could go down, and then from I do an awful lot of other youth work with the No Name Club and Youth Work Ireland, so from there on we kind of got involved. A few of my friends got involved as well from the LGBT Society, and we formed a group of volunteers and focus groups and planning with Belong To, and the group kind of started accepting young people more or less in about June, and from there we've gone on from strength to strength. Kind of we've more numbers now. We've about, I suppose, 60 or 80 people have contacted the group at this stage. Obviously that doesn't come every Saturday, but that's kind of where we're at now, numbers and the phone kind of thing.
I was actually involved in the LGBT Society in college at the time. I was running it, and we got an email from Youth Work Ireland asking us for volunteers, or if there was anyone that would be available. So me and a few of the other people on the committee went along to the original training day. So I've actually been involved in the group from the very start, from the basic pen and paper deciding where we'd be, what we'd do, what our aims were and that kind of thing.
It was just by just walking past through the youth office and just saw it, and moving back to Galway about 2 years ago, I didn't have many friends. I have my best friend here with me, but I was like, I need to open up in circles and stuff, and I'm not really a person that goes out drinking a lot, so I wanted to get away from the pubs and clubs. So this was a perfect opportunity, and it's the most welcoming place you could ever find, and everyone's just been so friendly and like welcome you into the group.
The feeling of isolation for a young LGBT person living in Connemara and out the back and beyond, there might be a feeling that they are the only LGBT person they know, let alone the only LGBT young person they know. So that's a major challenge for a young person, to know that they're not the only one out there, and shOUT is a way of doing that, to be able to build relationships with other young LGBT people and share experiences. It's very important for a young teenager out there. I think another challenge facing young LGBT people is developing a sense of identity and letting that identity be known to their friends and their family and their school environment. And that's not an easy process. The process of coming out is of course different for everybody, but it can be a real challenge, particularly if you live in more rural areas and you might not have anybody else out there that you feel you can ask for support. Again, shOUT is there for people to ask for support. I can provide guidance and space to talk about coming out strategies, and to provide information about who else is out there to talk to, whether it's a Belong To confidential service or using different safe internet forums. Just to know there's support for coming out. You're not the only person out there, and there are other young LGBT people who have met up, are having fun together, and would welcome other LGBT young people to join them. So.
Working, I can't get involved that much because I usually work on Saturdays, but the things I have done is like the stress management courses and the fun activities, and just played the drama groups. Like, I never realised how much I love drama till I actually came here, so I never realised that I actually like being on stage and don't like the whole eyes on me, but once I get in zoned, I just love it.
Yeah, I suppose it's great, and when I think back, I think, you know, young LGBT people who come to shOUT are so brave. Like, I wonder if when I was 14, 15, 16, would I have had the courage to come to a group like this? But yeah, I think, you know, whether or not they want to come to the group or not, to get in contact, and our support worker Emma is brilliant, and she'd be really, really helpful. And if you don't even want to come, if you can come to the group, if you're from somewhere that, you know, it isn't accessible, just to get in contact, you know, we might be able to sort out something.
Just to say, people can take it in stages, and really it's what suits you at your own pace. You could make contact through email at curiousgalway@gmail.com if you have access to the internet. Otherwise, you can send a text to our confidential phone number, or you can access our website. So we don't even need to know that you're making contact. You can just have a look at our website and see what activities we're doing and what else is going on, and that's www.lgbtyouthgalway.com. You can also come straight to a Saturday group. If you want to do that, you'd be very welcome. And we meet every Saturday from 4 until 6 at Youth Work Ireland and Prospect Hill, which is just up from Eyre Square. If people are interested in doing that and they'd like to meet somebody beforehand, then I can meet them with one of the young people in the group, just so you've got a friendly face when you walk through the door and meet other people for the first time.
I would absolutely, without a second's hesitation, recommend shOUT to anyone that was even if you're not sure if you're lesbian, gay, bisexual or transgendered, if you're just curious, it's worth coming in the door. We have a strict confidentiality policy that, you know, we don't out people who don't want to be outed. It's in a neutral space. It's in Youth Work Ireland, so you don't you know, it doesn't have gay written on the door. Like, you don't have to that kind of way. But even if it's for 14 to 23-year-olds, and if you're a 12-year-old or 13-year-old listening, you can get in contact with the group. You can get information that kind of way, you know, safely without outing yourself to anyone. And eventually then you can come to the group if you want. But even if you're of the 14 to 23-year-old and you aren't ready to come out yet or be at a group, even to know the facilities like that are there, and that people like SpunOut are getting involved and, you know, reaching out to us and having our name out there and stuff, even that you know that kind of facility is there to go to, I think it's a brilliant thing to have. And when you're ready to go and meet other people, it's a fantastic way, because everyone's really welcoming, really friendly. There's no expectations. It's just come in, hang around, do what you want, take part in what's going on if you want to, you know, just chat to people.